So it's been 20 hours since the arrest of Imran Khan. His political enemies, led by Pakistan's powerful generals, believe that they've found the former Prime Minister's weak spot. It is a corruption case that involves his third wife, Bushra Baby. The corruption that was abetted by Imran Khan when he was the Prime Minister of Pakistan. We're talking about the Toshakhana case, in which precious state gifts to Imran Khan were purchased at dirt cheap prices from the treasury by Imran Khan and then were sold for a fabulous profit. But the question is, who were they sold to? To foreign businessmen through his wife Bushra Bibi's contacts like Farah Khan. Now, these gifts included stuff such as the Rolex watches, gold rings and gold-plated pens. What is interesting is this. A court has now upheld all of these charges and has indicted the former Pakistani Prime Minister. So what does this indictment mean? In two words, it means double trouble for Imran Khan. He's already behind bars in one case and now he's been accused in another. And this could, of course, extend his time in prison. So how is Imran Khan taking this? Well, his reply is coming from his supporters on the streets. His supporters are running riot. They're indulging in violence and vandalism. Women too are out in droves to protest against the arrest of their hero. In response, internet services have been suspended in large parts across Pakistan to cut off communication lines between his supporters. The schools are shut at this moment as we speak, and Western nations have told their citizens to cancel their scheduled visits to Pakistan. Now, these are all the developments from just the last 20 odd hours. 20 hours of disruption and madness. Remember, Pakistan should have been gearing up for elections in the Punjab province this week, but that is not what is happening. What is happening is that Imran Khan has been arrested. And now the question is, who is driving these protests and who is to be blamed for all of this? The answer depends on who you ask. The Pakistani establishment is blaming Imran Khan's party members. It has accused them of deliberately pushing the country into the arms of anarchy. The Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf has blamed the Pakistani government and, more importantly, it has squarely blamed the Pakistani Army. And it has accused them of conspiring to end the political career of their leader and hero Imran Khan. So who is speaking the truth at this moment in Pakistan? Is Imran Khan's arrest really an outcome of his battle with the Sharifs and Pakistan's holy calf, its army, or is this based on credible evidence in cases of money laundering that he presently faces? But the answer, to be fair, is a mix of both. We'll tell you how in just a bit. But first, let's take you through as to what's been happening on the ground. Let's start from Islamabad. This morning, Imran Khan was produced at the special court that is set up in the headquarters of the Islamabad police. It heard the arguments of the National Accountability Bureau and its demand to keep the PTI chief in physical remand for the next 14 days. The last we checked, the court had reserved its verdict. His party is gripped by a sense of impending doom. It has mobilized its workers across the country and it has asked them to stage a dharna until he is released. Now look at these images. Now these images are from Faizabad. Now, these are PTI workers who are staging a demonstration. They're raising slogans against the current dispensation. And similar such protests have been staged in other cities such as Karachi, Lahore, Peshawar, just to name a few. But the protest that stands out the most is one from Lahore on Tuesday evening. Now, we told it to you on the show last night as to how the PTI supporters stormed the house of Lahore Corps Commander. And guess what? They did not leave the house empty-handed. So when the protesters entered into the house of the Corps Commander in Lahore, this is what they took from his house. Look at this video. This is a PTI worker with a peacock in his arms, and he said that he stole it from the Corps Commander's house. He in fact went on to make the argument that he did not even steal the bird. He actually took the bird that had been purchased from people's money, and therefore his act of taking the peacock away from the Corps Commander's house should not be taken as stealing. Listen in. So what did he do with the peacock? Perhaps made a sumptuous meal out for dinner. And by the way, peacocks were not the only things that were stolen last evening. There was also, believe it or not, chicken korma that was taken out from the fridge. Coca-Cola, onions, frozen strawberries and also small tubs of curd. All of these were taken away from the Corps Commander's home. The video of the loot has now gone viral.
ये क्या है? आप उनका कोरमा ले आए? अंडे आप क्या लेके जा रही हैं? नूडल्स? सैलड लेके जा रही हैं? ये क्या लेके जा रहे हो? क्या डाल रहे हो? टमाटो केचप? ये क्या है? भाई ये कहाँ से लिया? ये क्या है? ये क्या है?
Now, in other parts of the country, the protesters were not that lucky for a sumptuous meal. Now, take the Punjab province, for instance. Now, since last evening, over 1,000 protesters have been reportedly arrested on charges of vandalism, arson and clashing with the police officials. To prevent the situation from escalating further, internet services have been suspended in several parts of Pakistan. This decision was taken by the Pakistani Telecommunications Authority, and it has said that the services will remain shut for an indefinite period of time. Now, too bad the decision, of course, has fallen flat. The protesters remain on the streets. They're vandalizing public property and they're also setting fire to government institutions. Now, look at the visuals that will come up on your screens. This morning, the office of Radio Pakistan in Peshawar was set ablaze. Reports say that the protesters also attacked the offices of the Associated Press of Pakistan. What's worse, and also what's obvious, is that it is having a direct impact on the country's economy. The currency is slumped to a record low. Just hours after the unrest began, the currency fell by nearly about 1.3% and it now stands at 288 Pakistani rupees for a single American dollar. The reports say that Pakistan's international bonds have also gone down lower by about 0.4 cents. So the economy is tanking, the unrest is spreading and the world, of course, is watching. In the last 24 hours, several Western nations have reacted to what has unfolded in Pakistan. The United Kingdom's Foreign Secretary has asked Pakistan to adhere to the rule of law. The American Secretary of State has asked Islamabad to adhere to the Constitution. But the thing is this, how can the Pakistani government follow its Constitution when it is the army that is calling the shots on the ground? Now, this is the same army that has its footprints in the drama that is at this moment unfolding in the country. You see, the arrest of Imran Khan could not have taken place without the nod of the military generals. And what makes it even more obvious is the fact that the arrest was carried out by a paramilitary force and not the Pakistani police, which is why even the protesters are not attacking the Pakistani police, but they're attacking the army installations in the country. My point is simple. What we are witnessing at this moment is almost unprecedented. This is a battle between Imran Khan and the all-powerful Pakistani military in the country. And this is not a question of if, but when, because for the last 12-odd months, Imran Khan has consistently leveled one allegation after another against the Pakistani army. In June 2022, he indirectly accused the army of blackmailing him and of tying his hands on the most pressing foreign policy issues. In August 2022, he'd mocked the army generals and had called them as neutrals, and it added that history will remember what they did to the country. In November 2022, he in fact took things a notch higher. He directly named a military general for planning to assassinate him. He said that Major General Faisal Nasir had conspired with the country's interior minister to get him killed. On the 9th of January in 2023, he asked the army to refrain from political engineering in the elections, and he also blamed the former army chief, General Qamar Javed Bajwa, for the current political crisis that Pakistan finds itself in. Again in February, he sought an internal military inquiry against Bajwa for his alleged admission that he had toppled his government. Now, these are just a few of his statements against the army. There are many more and many more attacks and many more accusations. They all seem to have culminated into his arrest because in Pakistan, make no mistake about this, no one can make allegations and attack the Pakistani army and get away with it, no matter how much public sympathy you attract, and no matter even if you are a cricketing god who turned into a prime minister in Pakistan. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.